On this video, we're going to be fixing a toilet that rocks. Now, what I mean by a rocking toilet is when you sit on it, you see it moves. The first thing you obviously want to do is you want to make sure that your bolts that secure your toilet is tied down, which I've done that already. It's nice and tight. I checked both sides. Now that will help if you've previously had the toilet replaced. Like on this one, it was tile and they converted it to vinyl, so that's why we had that play. I did tighten everything. Now we're going to test it to see if it's still wobbling. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to test the toilet, and you see I still have some play. So what we're going to do is we're going to install these toilet shims to stop it from wobbling. We're going to take the toilet shim and we're basically going to work it on whatever side is needed. I think this side over here is where if we put this shim in, it would slide right in and it'll stop that rocking back and forth. So basically take your toilet shim, you're going to find a place to put it. And you're going to test it once you slide it in. Don't go crazy, but just test it. Right now I'm rocking it, I'm shaking it, and it's gotten much better. I think I'm going to put another one in the back. You can see here, I can still rock it when I go to the front. So I'm going to slide one in the back to alleviate that. And now I'm shaking the toilet and it's really secure. This is the debatable part. You're going to have people leaving comments and saying, this is how I do it, this is the right way, this is the wrong way. There's two ways generally that you can get this done quickly. When I make these videos, it's ways for people to just to solve the problem as quick and as simple as possible without having to spend all this money and call somebody to help. This is more of a do-it-yourself channel. So there's two ways. One way, some guys like to take a hammer and they like to hit on the shim and kind of work their way around and basically crack it apart. I don't know, I've done both, but if you're not steady with your hammer, there's more of a chance of you slipping and hitting the toilet and chipping it and cracking it. Another great way is simply by scoring it. You take your blade and you basically keep working your way and just scoring it and scoring it and scoring it until it gets thinner and thinner so that you can kind of just crack it out. But you can see that was a much more simple way of doing it. And now what you'll do is, when we get the back done, we'll basically just barely tap it to make sure it's nice and smooth. And then once we're done there, we're basically going to caulk around the toilet, give it a nice clean line. You can see here, I'm basically just taking my blade, I'm going very tight, and I'm just giving it a nice clean score. And basically as you keep doing that, you keep making your mark inside of the shim, you can basically just snap it out. You can see here, if you score it nice and clean, you can barely even see it from the top. Once you give it a nice clean caulk, you won't even be able to notice it. What I'll do is I'll let this dry. I'll put one more nice coat around here and you won't even be able to tell that there's any shim inside of there. If this video was a help, please subscribe.